So good. This looks like a win. Okay, what you're looking at here is EdgeMax, which is the configuration interface for the Edgerouter X. I've upgraded the latest firmware, which is as of February 28th, is 2018 is version 10.0. The main thing that seemed to add was support for Ubiquiti's UNMS, which is their web-based management console so that you could manage kind of like VMware has and Cisco has. It's a unified network management suite. Regardless, what we see here is some very impressive tools. For one thing, I have not seen a bandwidth monitor like this and so configurable since the Cisco ASA. This is some low-level stuff. This isn't just gimmicks. Well, one of the things I want to show you is I have just recently made a configuration change to the setup of this router. And what I've done is to make SQM work on this router, and the thing that really makes the buffer bloat go away, I've set up a policy, but what I've done is I've screwed it up. And how I've screwed it up is I've told it that my upstream bandwidth rate is 5 megabits instead of 2, and that my downstream is 50 megabits instead of 40. All right? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to switch back to the speed test that DSL reports. Now, remember the last reading we got, and this was when it was configured properly. All right? What we're going to do is we're going to look at that with a misconfigured smart queue, which essentially makes it not work well. But enough talk. Okay, so we're back at DSL reports. And what we're going to do here is we're going to show you what happens when you misconfigure SQM, specifically on the Edgerouter X. Remember, we set it to 3 megabits per second higher upstream than we had and 10 megabits per second higher downstream than we actually had. Let's test again. Okay, initiating the downstream test here. So far, so good. Speeds are pretty much within the same as they were on the downstream. Little bit of variation there. Let's look at the upstream. Whoa! Look at that, 536, 554. 287, yes. You see, this is the consequence. Remember, you have to be specific. When you're setting the parameters, it specifically asks. Now you see we got 2.01. What happened was you've basically widened the area of effect. You've widened the bandwidth without having that bandwidth, which confuses the filter. So the router will constantly keep trying to reach that speed, but in the process, it's going to get a lot of latency because you don't have that speed in reality. You have to tailor SQM to what your actual speeds are. If you don't do that, you're going to end up with a result like this, which is, in essence, garbage. Okay, you might as well have not bought the router and just stayed with the DSL modem, because I've never seen anything better than this grade. This is pretty pathetic. When you're seeing over 500 milliseconds of buffer bloat for any length of time, you're going to have issues. So let's go ahead and we're going to run back to the configuration and of the Edgerouter X and fix this. All right. Now you can see both screens here. We're going to go ahead and run this test again with the settings reset to their proper values. And we can kind of take a peek at what's going on with the traffic graph, which should be fun to see. Ethernet 1 is actually the PPPoE connection. Let's see what our downstream is here. Good. We can actually watch with our right here. You see our buffer bloat is not returned. We have much more stable speeds. And you see the nice thing about this downstream is it's consistent. And we've got our A rating back. Something as simple as a misconfigured policy can basically throw everything out the window that you just tried to gain by installing an Edgerouter X. So there you go, folks. That is the story of the Edgerouter X. And happy with the purchase. I got it on eBay for 45 bucks. I can't complain. Very happy. So I'm done. If you have a similar problem with DSL or even a cable connection, you might want to look into the product because it seems to work. Okay, guys, you have a great one. Hope this was helpful. We'll be talking to you later.